was day 3 of the 2025 Aussie Muscle Car Run, and after an early start, the teams headed out from Mount Gambier and made their way south towards the Great Ocean Road, getting set for a couple of days of cruising through the countryside and checking out some of the fantastic scenery that Victoria had to offer along the way. Our first stop at Port Macdonald seen us catch up with a couple of really friendly locals, but it wasn't long before we had to pack ourselves up and get back on the road because we had plenty of kilometres to cover as we checked out the sights and sounds that was the Great Ocean Road. The rugged coastline of the Great Ocean Road really was a great place to stretch the legs of these muscle cars. As we made our way along the coastline, it soon gave way for the Otways, and then we started to climb up through some of the fantastic mountain passes that led our way into Lorne. Now, what better place to take a VL Group A Walkinshaw than up through some of these roads in southern Victoria. Fantastic vision out the front and rear of the car. After a day of pulling a lot of kilometres cruising the roads, it's nice to pull into some accommodation that is welcoming, and the Mantra at Lorne was no exception, with a great stop for all of the entrants to recharge their batteries and get ready for yet another big day as we headed deeper into Victoria and made our way through to the Victorian High Country. Early starts seemed to become the norm on the Aussie Muscle Car Run, and day 4 was no exception. We had to check ourselves out of Lorne nice and early as we get ready to finish off the Great Ocean Road and make our way towards Geelong. We're heading left from there and heading up towards the Macedon Ranges. Our lunch stop for the day was at the Macedon Primary School. This was a chance for Variety to provide a grant to the local community and help out some of the kids in the local school. It was also a chance for these kids to come and check out what the Aussie Muscle Car Run was all about. From there, back on the road again as we headed our way through to our stop for the evening. By mid-afternoon, we found ourselves deeper and deeper into the Victorian High Country. Really a place to be at home in cars like an R32 GTR Skyline. This thing really lapped up the roads as we headed into Marysville, the place that was going to be our stop for the evening. Once again, the accommodation in Marysville was absolutely on point for all of the entrants on the Aussie Muscle Car Run. We checked ourselves in, then decided to go out and check out some of the sights and sounds around the Marysville area. After a great night's rest, the teams were up bright and early, ready to take on Day 5. Day 5 was set to be a truly special one. Not only were we up in the Victorian high country with some fantastic scenery all around us, we had to tackle some great roads as we headed towards Rob Roy Hill Climb for the day. To get to our destination for the day, we had to tackle another piece of fantastic roads up here in the Victorian high country. This one was called the Black Spur, and it was absolutely majestic. From its ancient forests and the tree ferns encroaching across the road, listening to the rumble and the sounds of these V8 engines roar through the valley was next level, and truly part of the experience that makes the Aussie muscle car run addictive and keeps these entrants coming back year after year. Check out some of this scenery, it was truly mind-blowing. Of course, we couldn't travel through the Black Spur without taking a moment to stop, pull over the cars and get some great photographs of these vehicles in this absolutely ancient setting. It was cold, it was wet, but it was well worth taking the time before we headed into Rob Roy, ready for an afternoon of hill climb action with around 35 muscle cars. The Rob Roy Hill Climb is the oldest in the country, and it's looked after by the MG Car Club. The facilities here were amazing, and it wasn't long before the teams had the chance to head up the hill and give it our first couple of cracks of the day, seeing what times we could set up this magnificent hill climb. Time for run number 2. Have a listen to how old ShedSpec sounds as we send her up the hill. Part of the motorsport events on the Aussie Muscle Car Run, both driver and co-driver get a chance to have a pedal of the car. So this is Jackson's run as he sends it up the Rob Roy Hill Climb.
Big lockup.
Yeah mate, big lock-up indeed. That set the tone for a few other issues that were coming our way as we wrapped up our day here at the Rob Roy Hill Climb. As the afternoon drew to a close and the teams and the cars had just about enough of heading up the hill, it was time to pack everything down and get ready to make our way back through to Marysville via Healesville and the Black Spur. running an event of this size that is the Aussie Muscle Car Run needs to have excellent communication. And one thing Variety do really well is make sure all of the entrants know what's going on as we head through some of these sometimes treacherous roads heading back to our accommodation for the evening.
Caution, urgent caution required. Attention, urgent caution required. Please be aware there's a fallen tree that is covering the left lane at the following location. Click the link to locate. There is no link. There is no logical detour available, so please take great care. Okay, so there's a tree on the road.
Which way you're going?